I'm gonna click it right now.
Oh,
Don't be angry.
And we're live. Welcome back, guys. I'm Brian J. And today I have the honor to be with two people that are actually very special for me because I was able and I had the opportunity to make sure they were the winners for the US. And I'm super excited to have Daniel and Riley right here, the Supranational team right here. How are you guys?
amazing.
Just peachy. Happy to be here.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Some mute. Yeah,
Oh, of
can you hear
course.
me?
Oh, let's
Good.
see. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? Coming in loud and clear.
I cannot hear you. Guys, check on your screen. Is there anything on your screen? I can't hear you guys. Uh-oh,
Can you
technical
hear me?
difficulties. I cannot hear you guys.
You can hear me, Riley. I can hear
That is
you.
really weird. Hold on.
I can hear everyone.
I told you
I can
guys I
hear
was
everyone.
not good. Can I hear you? Can you guys hear me? No? Yes?
Yeah. Can you hear
Oh,
us?
I heard Riley. Daniel?
Oh, hey, what up?
There we go. There we go. Got it,
Oh,
guys.
hey.
Just to confirm, everyone in the chat, can you guys hear us? Can you hear all of us? Yes, yes. Seeing some yeses.
Oh, yeah.
I
Like and
apologize, guys.
subscribe.
I am not the best with technology, but I promise the mistakes will be worth it because, like I said, I will begin again. I have Riley and Daniel, Supranational USA, right here with us. How are you guys?
Oh, amazing. Part two.
Loving it. Live, laugh, love. Here for it.
Oh God. Well, guys, I want to thank you guys for being here, of course, and I want to thank Supranational USA for giving us the opportunity to be here and letting the whole pageant community just fall in love with you guys. I'm very excited to hear how you guys have transformed. It hasn't been too long. It's been about what, 2 weeks?
Yep.
2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah.
But I'm excited to just give you guys the opportunity to grab the pageant fans and make them fall in love with you, like I said before. So, how are you guys? How has your day been? Daniel?
Me? Oh, my day has been amazing. I mean, the pageant, since it ended, I feel like it really hasn't stopped moving. It's been preparation work. It's been, talking to fans, getting ready for Poland. And it's really just been an amazing experience so far. The fan base in general, I'm in love with the fan base. I'm in love with the community. I think they're welcoming me with open arms, accepting me for who I am. And really, I think helping me to build the best package and equip myself so I can be ready to take home the title in Poland.
Awesome. What about you, Riley?
It has just been a great experience for me from the beginning. Pageantry has always been a dream of mine. Finally got to do it when I was 18. So crazy that I'm being able to represent the USA right now is speechless, as you can tell. But preparation, I went to the gym today, had my
Uh,
yoga class. I'm doing it, working out, working hard, getting my what I need to do to prep my workout, clothes, everything. I'm learning how to do my hair and my makeup and everything. So it's just great. And like Daniel said, it hasn't really stopped moving. I get to chat with so many different people and learn amazing things. I'm talking to all of the girls. They're all so sweet and so welcoming. So I'm very, very excited for Poland and I'm ready for it.
And speaking of Poland, you guys are leaving in, let's just say, days, which
I
is
leave in
insane.
15 days. 15
That's
wow.
days.
wild.
Wow. When
I'm
you
Yeah.
say
very
it out loud,
excited.
it's real. Oh, man.
I know. As soon as I think June hit, it was kind of real for me to be able to
Hmm.
say, oh my gosh, the end of this month, I'm leaving. I'm getting on a plane and I'm getting out there and showing the world who I am and what I represent. So it's crazy. I love it.
It's definitely wild. I do want to ask something because I want to start this. I like it. I like my chats to be a little bit more informal, but since I know you guys a little bit more, I want to ask something a little bit more difficult. So,
Mm.
your final questions were actually were made by me, and I would
No.
love for you guys to switch your questions. And you answer, Riley answers Daniel's question, and Daniel answers Riley's question. So do you remember what they were, or should I read them?
I remember mine loud and clear. Trust me, I think of it every single time I go to bed.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll read them though. So let's have Daniel go first. And I will read it right here. Let me find it. I had it written on my notes. Daniel, what is the biggest polarizing issue in the United States today, and what's your stance?
Yes. I think in the United States, for me, the biggest issue is our division. I think one of the greatest things about the United States is we're divided into, our each individual state, which each individual state can, have their own rights and their own rules, which can be great. However, oftentimes I think we're combative and we don't work well together. So while I always think individuality is very important and people should be able to live their own truth, however, we are the United States of America. And oftentimes we don't unite and we stand separate from one another. And as one of the leading countries in the world for social change, for finances and development, if we're struggling, then I think overall change within the world halts and we're not able to make forward progress. And so I think the United States really could do a better job at listening to one another, understanding that change is not just necessary, but it is imperative for survival and for nurturing one another. And so if you're not for social change, if you're for pushing other people down to lift yourself up, that is something that we really need to root out in this country. And while individualism is very important, unity will always outlast, and unity is what we need in order to make social change, not only in our country, but the world.
You said it. United.
That should have been my answer.
Let's not talk about your answer, Miss Ma'am.
We will never bring up my answer.
Let's go ahead and answer Daniel's question. So this one's for you, Riley. Do you think toxic masculinity is creating an epidemic of loneliness in the United States?
I would have to say toxic masculinity is like a thin line of talking about more on the lines of the difference between cocky and confident. So I believe that men should be able to express their feelings and their emotions, and it's okay to show your emotions. And I don't think that it's wrong. I think that it is a true blessing that a man is able to show his respectful respectful and emotional side. Mm-hmm. Yes, they should really, really show their emotional side a lot more. And I feel like that's what, in my eyes, makes a man more attractive and makes them not toxic in my eyes. But toxic masculinity, I guess, does not form loneliness, but it does in a certain way. I believe that you can show a toxic side, and it does prevent you from creating a great connection with someone, and it can cause loneliness. But if you try to turn it into a positive note and think of something on the brighter side and show more emotion and love, then you won't be lonely and people will love you.
Cool. Emotion, very important to show emotion.
Show your emotions, please.
Yeah, especially, I Daniel, how old are you?
12. No, I was kidding. 23.
Sometimes. How old?
23 years old.
23. And Riley?
I'm 21.
That's crazy. Well, you guys are actually on the younger side of pageantry. Mm-hmm. And Supranational recently raised their age limit to 33. So it's something polarizing in the pageant community, but I would love to know what you guys think about that. What do you think that's a better opportunity for people? And what do you think of that age difference?
Do you want to go or do you want me to go? Oh,
no, ladies first, really, please.
Okay. I think it's a good idea because I feel like it gives more opportunity to people that weren't able to do it at a certain time, because some people could not be financially ready or have everything that they would 100% need in order to do a pageant. And I started when I was 18, and I only got to do the teen pageant once because 18 is a cutoff for the teens. And then I turned 19 and I went for the Miss. So it was I could see where another woman or man, if they changed the age for men, I could see how it would make someone feel to be like, oh my gosh, I'm 30 years old and I'm able to do a pageant still and be able to do something that I love and be able to do something that I really care about and that I'm passionate about. So I love the fact, and I do think a lot of people can have a negative side towards it because I am a 20-year-old woman and I am competing against older women, but a woman's a woman. Love us. Age is not anything towards me. I do not care if someone is a 40-year-old doing the pageant. If that's what they want to do, go for it. I will not judge you. You are loved and you are wanted. So do what you want to do, and I will support no matter what.
Yeah, no, of course. And yeah, piggybacking off that, I feel like having more diversity, having more inclusion is always a good thing. And allowing people who are a little bit more mature to join the competition, I think is going to add another level of maturity and add another level of confidence and intelligence. If somebody comes into the pageant and they have more life experience, if they've had a professional career, multiple careers, then that only benefits them with, I think, leading to the central mission of this whole competition, which is improving social change and having, your own mission come to fruition, whether that be youth education, mental health, or whatever your advocacy is. Somebody who's a little bit older may have more bearings, may have more life experience. And I think at the end of the day, learning from one another is going to be the most important thing from this competition. So we'll just have more people to learn from.
Yeah.
Well, also I think
go
ahead, Riley.
No, I also think that it's when you have someone that is older, it makes the younger generation want to work even harder to be able to, one, prove themselves, and two, just show that I am mature enough and I'm willing to do what I have to do. And going up against someone that is older, I can still be just as mature as this other person and just as smart and as intelligent as the next person. So I feel like changing the age pushes people to work just as hard and even more harder and have more drive towards the pageant world.
You know what? I also think that, and I think you guys should remember that, that age doesn't necessarily define your experience. Someone that could be 21 might have gone through a life that has been harder and have maybe learned a lot. Maybe someone that's in their 30s has had a good life or an easier life. So it really doesn't define what your experience or how mature you are. Age is basically just a number. It really is.
Yeah,
so just remember that, guys.
Just a number.
Yep. Guys, and speaking about mental health, both of you touched that subject. I know that is something important for both of you. So I would love to hear, and I would love for you to share with the pageant community a little bit about your platforms and what your thoughts are on mental health. Daniel.
I'll go first. Yeah, no, I'd love to. Yeah, I feel like, I've been very fortunate to grow up in a community that raised one another. And so really from kind of the start of my life, I've seen firsthand what a community can do for an individual. And therefore, I've always felt like it was my duty to give back to not only my own community, but other communities around the world too. And, when it comes to like mental health, specifically in today's age with social media, like anything else, is a tool. You can use it for good. You can use it for evil. It can help you attain your dreams, or it can stop you from getting out of bed in the morning. And so for my own social media, I really try to educate, inform, and most importantly, entertain. And I always, you want to have an audience, you want to keep people engaged. And so I use like my personality, I use my work that I do and life experiences to kind of shape my social media. But within my social media, the why of why I do what I do is for social change, for health, mental awareness. And so social media is mainly used by young people and young adults, and these are going to be the future of our country. And so I think giving them the best equipment, giving them really just support and motivation with whatever they want to do is kind of my purpose for why I'm on social media. And my goal at the end of the day is to entertain, inform, and entertain.
I love it. He's an entertainment guy.
I think both of you are. You both are.
I'm a comedian. You can just ask me
yes.
and I will tell you, yes, I am. But for mental health, for me, it is a very, very important piece of not just me, but like it is me. And I love to speak on it as much as I possibly can. I unfortunately had a very, very close friend of mine commit suicide in 2017. So it was something that was very different for me. And I have had people unfortunately pass before, but this one was different because I've known this person since I was possibly in diapers. So it was very different. And I saw him in the hospital and it was life-changing because someone that was so happy and so uplifting and positive and an athlete, and then just the next day gone. So it was very difficult for me to be able to see someone in such high light could go so low. And then it made me realize that some people believe that they are alone and they have no one to talk to, no one to cry on the shoulder for, or just be able to sit there and listen. And that's why I created the platform to be created. Heck no, I wish I did because it's a great platform. But that's why I chose this platform, just because it's something that is near and dear to my heart, because I never want anyone to ever feel like, one, they are alone, two, that they have no one to talk to. And again, it's just life-changing for someone at such a young age to go through something like that. And it doesn't matter what you're going through or what you do, what you say, it's how you make someone feel. So as long as I can be able to make someone feel positive, welcomed, loved, that is why I want to be an inspiration towards others to talk about mental health and to stay positive, calm, cool, collected. And it's very aspirational to be able to talk about these things and to go out there and be okay with telling people the things that I've been through, and people are opening their arms and telling me what they've been through, and they're okay with it because they're willing to accept the love that they deserve. So choosing mental health and positive mental health is something that I'm very, very passionate about. And today, till the day I go up there, is something that I will talk about for the rest of my life.
Why do you think mental health, guys, is so important in the US? Why is it such a topic? Why is it such a problem in the United States?
I'll go because so like Daniel said, I believe that social media is a very big impact on the world. It does change your mood because you could go on social media and see that all of these people are doing so much better than you in life and have all this fame and fortune, but at the same time, it's all for show. So in my opinion, I believe that people put what other people want to see out on social media. They're never going to show the negative of their life. They always want to show the highs, never the lows. So yeah. I love to just show people the true, real me and be able to express what I'm doing. If I'm crying, here are my tears. I wipe them off like a dramatic drag queen and I will call it a day. But I do think that the US needs a bigger, stronger mental health bond with trying to create safe spaces for everyone to be able to have. They already do have a suicide hotline and someone that you are able to call, but I do think that they need to present it more, just because there are a lot of lives that we unfortunately lose due to a lot of social media. And I do believe that a lot of pageantry, you get a lot of hate from it, but you also get a lot of love from it. Unfortunately, I have gone through both of them. So it is something that I have experienced firsthand, and I know what people are going through, not personally, but through my experiences. I know what people are going through, and I know that, again, social media just takes a very big toll on people's lives. And I feel like a lot of people just need to look at positive things
And
instead
also
of
what you see
negative.
online is not always what's the reality.
Oh
Of
So
yeah.
that's why
course.
I invite you guys to, if you guys are having a hard day, let people know. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it will make I am one person that has seen people write on their social media how they feel, and I felt maybe not alone. I felt like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm not the only one that feels like that. It's normal to feel that way, to feel like you
Yeah.
need help or you feel like you're not there 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel,
No,
what about you?
yeah, no, I totally agree. I feel like, in life, perception is your reality. And so if all you do is see people going on vacations or all you do is see people celebrating and partying and you're not doing that, or you're at home or you're in school or you're working, to better yourself, then, maybe you have FOMO, fear of missing out. And oftentimes I think it's easy for us to get caught in thinking social media is reality in the sense of like that's really what those people's lives are like. I think social media can definitely be a tool for good as well, having full transparency. If I'm going to show you all the amazing things I'm doing, maybe you see when I'm a little bit more vulnerable as well. The painting a full picture doesn't paint this false sense of the lifestyle you live. Therefore, the people that follow you think like, man, if I'm comparing myself, whether purposefully or unpurposefully, to this person who has nothing but success, like, what am I doing wrong? And so I think oftentimes, for me at least, before I really got into social media, I felt like I was really tied in with my community. And then when I jumped on social media, it was like being a small fish in a very large pond, really a large ocean. And when you're at the bottom of the totem pole, unless you're being, lifted up, unless you're being cared for, then you're kind of sinking to the bottom. You're being forgotten. You don't feel important. And that's when the negative thoughts can come in. That's when your own personal motivation, your self-esteem, that can fall at the wayside. And so I think having full transparency, good and bad, and more importantly, lifting one another up. I mean, there's so much hate in the world. There's so much terrible things going on. The least we can do is support one another. At the very least, listen to one another when we need help. And so social media can be used for that tool for change.
It's all about love, all about
I,
love.
hey, it's cheesy, but it's true, man. It really
I
is. It's
love
the most
love.
important thing.
And it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we a
It's
band? Are we
okay.
starting? Are we
I'm like,
starting
who
our own
sang
band?
that song? It's okay not to be okay. I listen to that song all the time. I'm like,
Listen, this is a great segue because honestly, one of the things that caught my attention as a pageant analyst, from you guys is that you guys are personality. You guys are just someone that when you're around you guys, I know I'm going to have fun. I know I'm going to laugh. I know that there is going to be, intense conversations, but we're also going to laugh. And that could be maybe kind of a turnoff for some people, but
Yeah.
it could be a great thing for a lot of other people. Have you guys struggled with that of having such open personalities and strong personalities? And do sometimes people be like, yeah, no, don't like it?
Yeah, maybe once
Go
or
ahead,
twice.
Riley. Go ahead, Riley. You look like you have a
oh
strong
yeah.
opinion.
Oh, trust me. A lot of people say that my personality is too big and I'm too loud, I'm too obnoxious, I'm too crazy. But I feel like it's 100% me and it is what makes me me. And I always tell people, I'm like, oh, if you don't like my personality, walk away, come back 10 minutes later and let me know how you feel because I will never change who I am because it's me and it makes me happy. And to see other people interact with me and have a great personality, I like to bring people out of their bubble. And a lot of people can say, again, it's too much. But I'm like, okay, then I will turn the other cheek and I will be okay with it because I know that a lot of people will not everyone is going to like me. And I'm okay with that because it's life. It's going to happen. People are going to like you, people are not going to like you, and I'm okay with it. And it's something that I need to live with. And it's a hard pill to swallow knowing that not everyone is going to like you. But it's like some people love Beyonce, some people don't like Beyonce.
Not a
But,
lot
Oh
of
my
them.
goodness.
Not a lot
Yeah,
of them.
no.
and
That's
like
very
there's
few
people
people.
out there that don't like Beyonce, and I don't know if we could be friends, but it's okay.
Listen, I
But
feel you
yeah.
because my personality, I think and that's one of the reasons people come to my channel to watch me. I'm a little bit more critical, maybe a little bit more harsh, but it always comes from a place of love. And that gets mixed reviews. Like either someone really loves it because they feel that I'm being honest, or someone hates it because they think I'm being
Mhm.
too honest. So I
Yeah.
totally understand that. And it's a different realm, but I definitely understand that. What
Yeah,
about
and I'm
you,
just very
Daniel?
vulnerable, so it's easy for people to get like the wrong impression.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Not everyone was meant to be in your life forever. And something that's a hard pill to swallow. And you want to impress everybody. I think you should be respectful to everybody and friendly to everybody. But even like Riley was saying, I've always had a very outspoken personality, very energetic. I've learned to kind of hone it in over the years. I was the guy who like shows up early at like 6 a.m. where everybody's like on their first coffee, kind of like still tired or whatever from the night before. And, I'm already excited, like ready to be there. And a lot of critique that I've been given was like, oh, like you're too excited in the morning or you're too happy or give me a couple hours or a couple of coffees, then I'll be ready to go. And so personally, I've kind of like tampered my own energy coming into things, knowing that I want to be friendly, I want to be respectful, I want to be energetic, I want to be who I am. However, if I'm like offending people, if I'm rubbing people the wrong way from my first introduction, I know I have to tweak myself a little bit. I'll always be my authentic self, but it's kind of being that chameleon of knowing what the situation calls for, really how you should conduct yourself. And I think that's made me very successful with all of the endeavors I go on. I know how to talk to people, how to make people laugh, and really just how to make people feel comfortable. And at the end of the day, whether they come out of the conversation liking you, not liking you, it's really up to them. And I can't decide how someone's going to react to me. So I just worry about myself.
Yeah.
You know what, Daniel? And I commend you for that because honestly, I remember the first day I stepped into Los Angeles for Supra, and you were the first guy that actually started a conversation with me. I think there was three of you, and I was
Mm-hmm.
lost.
Yep.
And you guys grabbed me, and you were the only one that actually started a conversation with me. And that is something that automatically caught my attention because I thought that it was something special that you had against the other people. You were there and you knew what you were doing. You knew that you wanted to be friendly. You're a person that just is a friend, or at least it feels like a friend. And I commend
Yeah.
you for that. And that I think is ultimately why you two won, because Riley is the same way. She is someone that wants to be friendly. Yeah, her personality could be a little bit much, but once you get to know her, you a few minutes later, you're like, oh, okay, I know who she is. She's my best friend. She's trying to be like she's my friend. So I commend you both for having that personality. And speaking of, the guys and everything, and the girls, I would love to know who you learned something from during this experience at Supra USA. What contestant made you learn something?
I'm going first. All right. My man, Kevin, Mr. Colorado. I can't say
He's
enough
amazing.
positive things about this man. I mean, truly, like, he's just awesome. Like, he's amazing. And I met him at a time where I feel like I really needed somebody to like talk to and confide in. And he was a complete stranger, but his love of his own family and the love that his family gave back to them or back to him, I think was really necessary and needed for me at that time. And so being able to kind of confide in him, and like grow with him, laugh with him, I mean, make content with him, just like be a human being. I mean, this is one of the most respectable, most educated, most well-rounded, great looking dude that I really ever come across with. And I wish we had more time together. But I mean, that guy is an amazing person. No matter what he does in life, I know he'll have much success.
I agree. I agree with you.
I love him. He's
Yeah,
the
he's amazing.
sweetest.
Shout out
He's a
to Kevin.
sweetheart.
You're amazing.
Yes,
Kevin.
Kevin, go you. I mean,
What about
for
you, Riley?
me, I connected with these girls on another level. I actually drove a lot of the girls to the location like every single day.
Okay,
But
chauffeur.
I'm their personal Uber driver. But I mean, I connected with them and it was amazing. I still talk to them till this day. But I do have to say, Portia, she was a freaking firecracker and she brought so much light and positivity. I think everyone knew one day I was having a really, really bad day. And there was possibly some tears, but we won't say. And her and Tina just sprinted straight to me and was open and willing to talk to me and help me clear my mind and be able to just focus. And Portia was just so willing to help me and figure out what I needed to work on and what I could change and what would do better. So I feel like all the girls had a different place and a different thing that they did to make me feel better. And I feel like I hope I did something that made them feel better. But I mean, all of them were just so amazing. And I can't say one negative thing about them. And I love them all. Tina is one of my best friends. We're actually hanging out on Friday. But
She's a sweetheart.
I love you,
Yeah.
Tina, if you're watching. But yeah, I love them all. But I do have to say Portia was a very big like person that I looked up to while watching the pageant. She was someone that I was like, girl, you got it in the bag. Like you're doing great.
That
And
walk? Oh my
I
God.
was so blessed to be able to be like holding her while we were like getting ready to call. And I feel so bad because I stepped on her dress and I was like, I'm so sorry. And I didn't be able to like say anything until later. So this is my apology. Portia, I'm so sorry I stepped on your
Public
dress.
apology.
This is my public apology because I watched the video and I didn't realize it. So I am deeply sorry about that because I had no idea. But I love you. So yeah.
Riley, speaking of when you were crowned, you ran away from the crown. Why? What was going through your brain?
I was in the moment and I don't know what was going through my head. I was just filled with such happiness and I was overwhelmed and I was crying. And for some reason in my brain, I thought that you walk down and then you walk back and then you get the crown and then you do it again. But then I was like, wait, I thought I saw Tina and I thought I saw Heather walk down and everything. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to meet them at the end. And then I turn around and they're behind me. And I'm like, wait, what? So they were like, Riley, do you want this? And I was like, oh, forgot. That comes with it. So I was like, whoopsie. And then
what about
when
you, Daniel? What did you
crowned,
think
I was
when,
like, where's his
when you called your
crown?
name? I'm sorry.
Mine was very emotional. I mean, because when I heard Kevin's name too, I was like, whoa, like, because it just became so real. Like for me, like there was never like a front runner. I thought everyone was so amazing and so great, and so to like hear my name at the end, I was pretty surprised, and it became very surreal, and just flooded with emotions. It was such a long week of like preparation and build up and like life happening. And even the night, the show, it takes up so much energy and there's so much involved in it. And man, when I heard my name, I've watched the video a couple times. It's just, it's such a surreal moment and an honor. And day one, I knew if I was going to win this competition, I had to be ready from the start, and I was ready to do it. And so when I heard my name, all the affirmations came true, and I was just, ready to work and ready to celebrate.
Guys, you are going to be competing in Poland, which, by the way, have we practiced any Polish? Okay, that's a little homework for you guys. I'm not gonna
have Polish in me, so that's kind of sad that I don't speak any. Some guy was trying to teach me Polish at the gym, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get my reps in.
Is that what he was trying to do?
I hope it was just Polish because that's saw what was happening. I was like, have a
Okay.
great day, sir. I'll Google Translate what you said.
Listen, I'm not gonna be the person here to ask you guys to speak Polish because I would not understand. So, moving on, you guys should probably maybe learn a few words, at least hi in Polish. So
Yeah.
let's work
Hi
on
and
that.
thank you. Hi
Yeah,
and thank you
definitely,
are going to be the big one.
got to practice that, guys. So you guys are every time I see you guys, I think of just Barbies and Ken dolls because
Hi, Barbie.
you guys are perfect. You guys are perfect. Look at those faces. But I know that you guys have a lot of pressure because you guys are holding that sash that says USA. So I want to know who's your biggest competition because I'm sure you guys have looked at the contestants. Pressure,
Oh my God.
pressure.
That and that's a good question. I've seen a lot of like on the Mr. Supranational Instagram page, people were crowned earlier than we were. So their groundwork, there's just been a little bit more, and so they have, I think, more content and a little bit more exposure. And so as far as who I've seen, I see Mr. Venezuela a lot, Mr. Cuba a lot. And so being able to see my competition, I don't know necessarily if there is a front runner. I know they're releasing like who's like the hottest men and things like that. But just like our own competition at home, right? Like this competition is not about just looks. And so while I may see everybody on the men's roster is a beautiful, great looking guy, it's really going to come down to character. And I think that's going to be shown through Q&A, how they treat people and really how they present themselves the 2 weeks. And so I think the competition really starts when we get there. But all the preparation is great to, meet the guys and not have day one be the first time we know each other.
Yeah.
I think that's Daniel's edge. I think
I
that's
was
what he
like,
meant.
that
His
was some
personality
sass. He's like,
and
check me
speaking
out.
skills. Yeah.
And maybe.
Yeah.
What about
You'll
you,
get on there.
Riley?
I'm waiting till the day that they have the little roster. I see Daniel on there and I'm like, woohoo. But for
It's gonna be
me,
fun. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I think Daniel is going to shake up a lot of hot picks. Watch.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
he's got his content ready. I am more than prepared to see this.
You have no idea. I
content.
got a catalog. It's alphabetized, color coordinated. It's ready to go.
Color coordinated.
He's
Love
so
that.
sad. It's so
Love
funny.
it.
But I don't know, in all honesty, who my quote unquote competition is because I know I've seen every single girl. I'm in a group chat with all of them. And my goodness, these are probably the most beautiful women that I have ever laid eyes on. Miss Philippines, can we just like give some snaps for her? She
Gorgeous.
instructed gorgeous. Thailand, beautiful. Her and I have texted a little bit. Cuba, sweetheart, beautiful. I think that, yeah, I just think all of the girls so far are just gorgeous. Zimbabwe, can we just like
Stunning.
my goodness, all of these girls are just so beautiful. So it's very hard to be able to say anything just because I haven't got the opportunity to personally like see them in person and be able to talk to them. And I'm really excited to find out who my roommate is. That's like the number one thing that I'm like, I don't know who it could be. I'm so excited. But I it's a competition. That's what I have to remember. But I'm here and I know that I'm going to walk away with some good friendships and some really good Instagram content like Daniel, because I might have just bought a couple of things that he has. So my content is extra beautiful.
Ooh, nice. You know what? You guys are
Prepared.
competing with all these women and men from all over the world, and it's really inspiring just to see you guys take that challenge because it is not easy and it comes with so much criticism, so much pressure. So I want to thank you guys as an American, as a pageant enthusiast and lover, for taking that opportunity because it does come with so much criticism and so much good and bad, but ultimately there is a lot of good in pageantry. And a lot of people might say that there isn't, and they might say, why are you guys doing a pageant? Like, what would you say to those people? How do you change their mind?
I'll go. All right. Yeah.
Like, if you want to go, you can.
I would love to, and I think that's a very common question, especially coming from people on the outside. They want to, maybe they already have their mind made up of this is my perception of a pageant. And, I think at the heart of it and the core of why we do what we do isn't for beauty. It isn't for aesthetics. It really is for, social change. And you see that within the competition. Every single contestant has an advocacy group. Every single contestant has their own backstory for where they want to prove something in the world. And being a participant, I can tell you firsthand, being in the competition, every single contestant understands that it's more than beauty. They understand that with the title comes responsibilities. It comes the privilege and the honor to represent your country and represent other countries for those social change and for those advocacy groups. And at the very end of the day, these guys and girls were learning from one each other, we're growing, and the whole pageant community, they get to grow and learn with us. So anytime somebody throws down the gauntlet of trying to raise the standard or progress social change, I think pageants are a great way to raise awareness and champion people who are willing to make that own change in their own lives and the lives of others.
How do I compete with that?
Yeah, sorry.
How do I?
Luckily, you're not competing with him.
I should have gone first because Daniel's speaking, like the way that he speaks and presents himself is literally perfection. And if anyone tries to say something different, if you've seen the Sovereign's video,
the shovel
will come out and get you. But I think that when someone asks me like, oh, why do you do a pageant? I'm like, why do you do what you do? Like, why did you, if someone does construction, I'll be like, why do you choose construction as your job? I do pageantry because it helps me be the confident woman that I've always wanted to be. I would love to inspire little girls to go out there and be themselves and be able to express themselves and show people their beauty and their confidence and poise and be able to show our platforms. And that is the whole entire one of the reasons why I chose a pageant, is to be able to express mental health and be able to talk about it with people. And being a part of a pageant, it just helps me be able to make it happen and be able to bring it to a larger crowd and be able to talk to people and help create a bigger platform and let people know what it is about. So pageantry, again, as Daniel said, is not all about beauty. I feel like it's a beauty and brains, because if you go in there and you aren't able to talk, but you can walk, it's a little bit like on the waters to be able to go out there and be like, oh, I can do a pageant because I'm pretty. And I'll be like,
it's more than that.
I'm like, no, there's a lot to it. There is a lot of preparation. There is a lot of practice that you need to go through. You can't just show up and think that you're gonna win the whole entire thing. There is obviously so much stuff that you need to do, just like a job interview. You have an interview when there's a pageant. You talk to people, you do as much as you possibly need to do to get the title. And I feel like a lot of people just see what's on stage and they don't see what's going on behind the scenes. So I feel like if people were able to just sit back and see what's going on, I feel like they would have a different look and a different idea of what pageantry is.
Great. Love that. Yep. Pageantry has a lot of positives. Unfortunately, people don't see it because they're not open-minded. So yeah. Guys, I want to thank you for being here, of course, and for giving me the opportunity to be the vessel for you guys to open up to the pageant community and let everyone fall in love with you just a little bit more. Like I said before, these two people here are just full of personality. They are people that are special and they have something to offer the world. And I know that Supra is going to fall in love with them. The pageant community is going to fall in love with them because they are very, very special and they have so much to offer all of you. So again, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Supranational USA for the opportunity. You guys for taking the time out of your day because we are so close for you guys to go to Poland. Days. Crazy.
So close.
Who's counting?
But before, I want to do one last question for you guys. And I do want to say that you guys are amazing. And I hope that you guys just hit this one out of the park. Let's say that this is your interview. And you just have seconds, just a few seconds before the interview bell goes off and you have to go away. What would be something that you want to make sure that the judges know about you before you walk out that door?
Okay.
Riley?
I am a all-American girl from a small town in Sparks, and I just want to be able to show my love and show how inspirational and aspirational that I can be to this world. And being able to represent the United States gives me a great opportunity to show who I am and be able to show that no one is alone and that you can do anything that you can do as long as you put your mind and your heart and your soul to it. Mental health is my platform. I chose it due to personal love for making people shine and making people feel positive and happy with their lives. And I want to be able to just show the world who I am. Again, I'm Riley Spinks. I represent the United States of America. That's me. Hello.
Daniel?
Daniel one up me. Go ahead.
No, you know, I'm a curly-headed kid from Arizona who struggled in school and was always told that I wouldn't obtain to things. And in my life, I decided I'm not going to bend. And so I'm just going to keep on pushing forward and be my unapologetic self. I am who I am today because I stand on the shoulders of giants. I have one mouth and 2 ears, so I always try to listen to my elders, listen to people who give me advice and really allow me to be my unapologetic self. And so I'm going to lead with laughter. I'm going to be energetic, but at the end of the day, I use my enthusiasm, I use my charisma to try to progress the lives of others, because I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't have the help from my own community. So I just want to give back to the people who have given me everything I have.
You won. There's your crown.
That's Team USA, guys. Team USA. Yes, it is. Again, thank you guys so much. Great answers. I am very proud of you guys. I hope that you guys step up to the plate and give your all in Poland. Just know that a lot of us are very proud of you, and we are excited for what you guys are going to bring to Supranational 2023. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Supranational USA, for the opportunity. Go ahead and make sure that you guys follow these people on social media. Go ahead and plug them, guys. Cool.
Yeah, it's Daniel Zemida. That's Daniel Zemeida. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Okay,
Riley.
me do this. Right, I had to. It had to happen. It's an inside
it's a
joke.
thing. It's a thing.
It's my thing. As long as I didn't link. Okay. So my Instagram is Riley.Spinks, RYLEE.SPINKS. That's my Instagram, my TikTok, Facebook. That's all I have. Yeah.
That's everything. Yep. And I'm Brian Javier. And you guys can follow me on Instagram, RealBrianJ, or you're on YouTube right now and you like pageants, I like pageants. We're meant to be together. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. It would mean absolutely the universe to me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys got to, like I said before, fall in love with these two amazing representatives for the United States. And I will see you later. Remember that we have another Supra chat with the Supra team from Canada tomorrow, and that's going to be amazing as well. So make sure that you guys have that bell notification on and that you're subscribed, like I said. So thank you so much. Go follow these beautiful representatives for the United States. They have so much to offer, and they are truly aspirational and inspirational. So thank you guys so much. I will see you later, and you guys have an amazing night. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian.
Bye. Thank you.